I'm DJ.
And I'm Andrew.
Welcome to One Shots Tavern,
a TTRPG podcast where we seek out new ways to tell your stories through different systems and games.
And tonight we are trying out something special. It was funded in February on Kickstarter from Raphael D'Amico. There we go.
Sorry.
Raised $317,000 for this card-based RPG. It is loosely like reminiscent of Annihilation, the film. If you've seen it, it's this weird distorted area, and you have to kind of work your way through it. The interesting thing about this is you are not playing to survive. You are playing with the caveat of knowing that your characters are not going to make it out alive.
Yeah, I mean, the movie Annihilation is like a big blend of like psychological and like bio-horror technology weird stuff. And you look at the art for this game and it's absolutely incredible. Very psychedelic. Like there's like weird depictions of like mushrooms pluming out of a person, kind of reminiscent of like some of the Last of Us. Like that kind of stuff, as well as just other bizarre apocalyptic kind of bio horror related things. So super interesting genre wise. The art and the design for it is phenomenal. The thing that is really exciting to me is none of us have played this game before. And when they launched their Kickstarter, which this was February of last year, correct?
It was, I can actually, I believe it was 23 or no,
yeah.
February 24 was the last update.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't say.
Okay, so I believe because Spencer Campbell actually recommended this game to us. He said I think it was his game of 2023,
right.
And so that's how we found it.
Yep.
And when they launched this campaign, they included a fully playable version of the game as an online VTT, fully just ready to go for you for free, which is what we're going to be playing today. One of the crazy things we're not getting into today is the way that this works. You can mod it. You can upload spreadsheets to inject new cards and new aspects to this game to make it fundamentally different. I don't really know how that plays out yet. But this is something when it comes to accessibility and game design that I've just never seen before, and I'm really excited to play with.
Today's episode comes with a content and trigger warning as it is a full playthrough of the card-based horror RPG, The Zone. We are using their free online version of the game with the link in the description if you want to try it out for yourself. But The Zone is a horror game about venturing out into the unknown, knowing full well that you are not going to make it back. The Zone deals with a myriad of horror genres such as, but not limited to, body horror, dismemberment, spiders, suicide, self-harm, and player characters losing their agency. While our attitudes may not reflect the seriousness of the topics covered during the gameplay, we wanted to make sure to give you a heads up as the safety of our audience is of the utmost importance to us. And if you like what we're doing, please check out our Patreon as well as our other socials at oneshotstavern.com. Without further ado, please enjoy our trip into The Zone.
We are joined by our wonderful friends, Will Messler and Luke Nowland, who will be playing along with us today, hopefully dying horribly at the same time or close to the same time as the rest of us.
Did you know that this was going to happen to us, Luke?
No. Andrew sent me a link to this thing and he said, don't actually look at it. We messed up.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, Will started to poke around when we were together.
We just know we're going to die.
Yeah, we just know we're going to die. And I was like, no, don't go too deep. I'm going to hit start the game.
Welcome, players. The goal of this game is to tell a weird, magical, realist horror story of mutation and self-discovery. A story about people who risk everything for an obsession. A story where only one will make it to the end. The game will take about 2 to 3 hours from this point, around 10:30 p.m. for you. Make sure that works for everyone. Unless you all know each other, quickly introduce yourselves. We've done that. And you're probably wondering if everyone has seen the same thing. You are. This is a live multiplayer space. Unless stated otherwise, moves affect everyone's views. Everybody ready to go to the next page?
Yep. I love that we can see each other's cursor. It's so fun.
Oh, we all have cursors?
Nice. Briefing.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
all
we
these
all have
little
them.
green balls.
I
Little
want
fireflies.
blue.
Absolutely.
Okay, everybody, really quick, everybody
I
move
could
your
be the
cursure
ball.
in a... Oh, see, you spoiled it. I was going to say, can we identify
Oh.
who is who? Okay, I'll read this one. Briefing. Take turns reading this aloud. Okay, well, we'll cycle. I'll do a paragraph, and then Will can do one, and then DJ can do one, and then Luke can do one. Just, like elementary school.
Popcorn.
Welcome, volunteers. You've all, I know you've all wondered what the zone really is, and if the rumors are true. As the 14th expedition, you deserve to know what we know. It's not a lot, but it may help you.
It all started with the anomalies. Locals calling in to talk radio or visiting their doctors with stories of unseasonal weather, impossible objects, half sightings of unknown creatures, claimed conversations with long dead ones. Loved, dead, love,
You
long.
got this.
Yes. Wow. Claimed conversation with long dead loved ones. People disappeared. Medical notes described bodies that started changing.
Puberty?
We initiated special containment procedures, performed tests on those who refused to evacuate. Then, as if reacting to our intention, the boundary appeared and isolated everything and everyone within the area of several square miles. We do not know if there are still survivors, or if they're still human.
Since that moment, not a single expedition has returned. All lose contact minutes after leaving visual range. We're going on fragments, rumors, and occasional anomalies that seep beyond the boundary.
Andrew,
I know, I just lost where he was. The boundary.
we don't know.
Okay. We don't know what the zone wants, or if it wants. It seems to be a mirror. It manifests whatever phobias, obsessions, and memories you bring to it. The zone brings them to life to test you.
There are
finish it out.
rumors. Oh.
That's fine. Go. You finish it out.
There are rumors that the zone can grant your deepest wish if it deems you worthy. Sensor readings show something incredibly powerful at its heart. Perhaps the only escape is the center itself. You are the 14th expedition. You will almost certainly not return. Good hunting. But prepare to die. The Federal Bureau of Coherence, without admitting liability, thanks you for accepting this mission.
It's hilarious.
Love it. Absolutely. Andrew?
All right. We're telling a movie. This game is a series of scenes which we can choose to play in as little or as much detail as we want, describing or acting out what characters are doing. Scenes can be as short as a couple minutes, but usually 5 minutes or so. This game will last about as long as a movie.
We will take turns being the director. There is no GM. We take turns as director setting up and ending scenes and all share a few key moves that anyone can trigger at any time to help the story along. No one will be forced to be on the spot for long. We're in charge of our characters, but share responsibility for everything else.
We play to lose. We are not competing with each other. That's why our fates are secretly decided at the start, so we can focus on creating not-so-easy situations which characters will always take the bait on and suffer the consequences. You know those moments that have you yelling, "Don't go in there! Don't touch that!" Your favorite horror movie film? That is the entire game.
Awesome.
Love it. This is the board. It's a shared space unless explicitly stated otherwise. We can all see roughly the same things on screen. If there's something only you can see, it will say, only you are seeing this. Thank you, game.
There you go. Okay. Next.
All right. Next.
Ooh. This is the spiral of cards. Wait, this spiral of cards represents the zone. Each card is a location in the expedition. A location the expedition will go through on their way journeying into the zone. The game starts at the zone observation facility, which is right outside the boundary. Once inside, you cannot backtrack.
Fantastic. In each location, we will do a few scenes. Expect to do 2 or 3 scenes in each location, fewer as we get closer to the center. 1 turn equals 1 scene.
There are no stats or dice rolls in this game whenever a character tries to do something that it would be, quote, not so easy for them. Anyone can force them to pull a not so easy card. Not so easy cards have bittersweet outcomes but that advance the story. Like yes, but, or no, and most of them will trigger a mutation. Trigger them often.
Our fates are predetermined by fate cards. The character on the fate card must die in the scene when it is revealed, unless another player sacrifices their own character. You cannot die before your fate card, so take risks. When your character dies, you keep playing as the zone, setting up scenes as usual with nothing to distract you from making things weird, magical, and horrible for the survivors.
That's awesome. The game ends at the center. This is the innermost part of the zone where the final player will ask it to grant or free them from their obsession. The remaining players embody the zone and decide the survivor's final fate.
A quick level set. This is a horror game, so it's most fun when we take our characters way out of their comfort zones while taking excellent care of we, the humans, playing them. The X card, this is safety tools, but the X card, if something comes up in the story and we'd rather it didn't, we'll press the X card button, find it, and press it now. And rewind to find another way. No questions asked. We can even X card ourselves. Atmospheric silence. There will be times a player is pondering a question and helping them feel so irresistible. We won't give in. Sometimes folks need a little time to think, and the creepiest horrors need their time to gestate. Hell no, or hell yeah. I did that backwards. Don't know how my brain did it.
Or no.
We each have ironclad authority over our characters, and when setting scenes up as the director, it's still fun to suggest ideas and a lot, but no pressure. If it's not an obvious hell yeah, no need to push it. And the players are more important than the game. Take care of the real humans first, my friends. Let's be excellent to each other.
Ooh.
What rating should our movie have? What do you guys think?
I'm fine with the solid, PG-13 soft R.
Soft R? So, somewhere around here.
Is it a scale, or do you pick one or the other?
I don't think we
it's
actually
just
said
us.
it. It's just a conversation. Yeah, what rating should our movie have? Indicate with your glowing cursors. I think this is just to talk about it.
Yeah. This is like an NC-17. You might see
I think
a butt.
Mutation and death is core to the zone, but the way it's told could be could be as much blood-soaked B movie as magical realist spiriting away. There are horror or other reference points to get excited about in this game. Is there any content we should know to avoid, similar to the X card? So this is basically an opportunity to be like, for me, I'm like, hey, let's just not do anything with kids, right? I'm not entirely comfortable with anything in that subject matter, or pregnancy. Not a fan of those subjects in my horror.
Fair.
An opportunity for anybody else to chime in that department.
I'm an Ari Aster fan.
You can't traumatize Will.
I won't go anywhere crazy.
He's like, I've already traumatized myself enough.
I mean, at this point, I think I'm traumatized by everything, so that means I'm just in for everything at this point.
Well, we've got an X card if you change your mind.
If I don't, it's like you took somebody who doesn't like fish to a seafood restaurant. At that point, I have nothing to say. I'm just gonna eat everything that's there. I've accepted my fate.
Right. Luke's ready to die.
Yeah. Luke's X card is no bad coffee. Let's go.
It's Folgers.
All right, let's choose our characters. Each character will have an obsession, a phobia, and a reason they cannot go back to their old life. All these characters share one thing. They know that the zone will almost certainly kill them, but believe it's worth it to fulfill their obsession. Ooh, choose your character. Right. I'll just read all of them and you guys can think. All right. So the soldier, keep everyone safe. The writer, tell the story of the zone. The chaplain, protect everyone's humanity. The surgeon, keep everyone, quote, alive. The scientist, understanding and explaining the zone. The entrepreneur, profit from the zone. The bureaucrat, contain the zone at all costs. Or custom. We're going to not do custom today. Anybody itching for something specific?
I'm itching for
I've
scientist.
got two that are
I
jumping.
hope I don't.
Oh, I jumped on scientist, but that is okay. I can bounce. Oh wait, how do I bounce out?
It doesn't
what?
say you picked anything.
Choose another. There we go.
Oh, okay.
That's because I was still setting it up. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with the writer. My name is no
What?
longer Dr. Phil Agree though. That's sad.
That's funny. I like entrepreneur or chaplain. Will, you itching towards any one of those?
I was going to say, we shall bring back Brother Ed.
All right, do it.
So-
Yep, take chaplain.
Question is, what's being shown to everyone right
Shared.
now? Is that somebody's specific stream, or is there like an agnostic video stream of the game?
The stream is me recording it in this video call, if that's what you're wondering.
So we're gonna see the things that
Yeah,
only
just
you can
don't look
see.
at that.
no,
I mean, just
in your game, in
yeah.
your window. Are you in the
Yeah,
website?
I'm on the website. I'm just curious the stuff that you're streaming right now for all of us. If we're all
Yep.
Oh,
what
yeah.
I did was I unpinned it so that way I didn't
Got
have to look at it and I could just see your
Yeah.
faces.
All right, I'm thinking I'm gonna do. Well, hold on. Let me think of where everybody is. So we've got somebody's already on scientist, somebody's on chaplain, and then
I'm on
writer. Okay, maybe I do soldier. That seems interesting. We need somebody on that trope. Yeah, I like that. Oh, cool. Random name. Thor breakfast.
Mine is Leonard
I'm gonna
Horrible.
change that. Let's do. A lot of the same names in this random name generator. I've had 4 people's names come up as breakfast. Clow Connor. I like it. You are certain that the center of the zone can satisfy your obsession, which is. Ooh. Interesting. Probably one more trip. Can I go?
This is the part I'm gonna cut out of the podcast.
Right? Because it's just quiet and slow.
Either that or we're gonna have just a little bit of an ASMR session.
No, we don't need that. I need to focus. Shush.
I'm not convinced ASMR was ever well liked. I think people like to pretend they liked it.
It's actually an autism thing. It's just a like a soothing thing, and that's literally it. It's a market that mostly exists for that demographic.
I just prefer the soap cutting. That's about as far as I get into it.
Or
soap cutting so good.
or creeps. The two.
Crepes, yes, crepes are a good one too.
I said creeps.
Oh,
Alright.
or creeps. Yeah, creeps always ruin everything.
I feel like that's a larger demographic.
My character.
Are we sharing?
I think
or
we
we
have
s-
to in a way.
it's-
It'll tell us.
I don't
It'll
know.
tell
We'll
us.
find out.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm clicking finish. Let me save this on a notepad just in case it's gone forever. Oh, it says who we're waiting for.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
It does. Hurry
Luigi.
up.
It's always me. It's always me. It's always me. Crap.
I love how this basically plays like Jackbox.
Essentially,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm also getting vibes.
They could add this to Jackbox and it would fit right
Yeah,
in.
it reminds me
That
of
would be
our
horrifying and awesome.
what we did this summer. I forget what you call it when everyone's in person. Murder mystery.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yes, I love murder mystery.
Oh, that was so fun.
Oh man.
Just keep it simple.
Yeah, I'm great at that.
My cannot go back is 4 words long.
Oh, mine's a paragraph. I'm a writer.
Mine is 3 sentences.
But it looks like you're editing your character well.
That's because I can't put words into correct sequences.
Oh, I
Very well.
100% understand.
Dysgraphia.
That's right.
No, it's yeah. So ever since I had COVID back in 2020, my speech has gotten worse and worse, and I really need to start like practicing speaking because like my words are like they slur together like real bad, and my brain just shuts off. Whoa, that was something. You all right there?
Juicy.
Do I hit start?
He's
Do I
already
hit start
mutating,
game?
guys. Let's
Yeah,
give it a
now
second
we're...
for a clean cut.
All right, let's move on. All right, meet your characters. Go one by one and introduce your characters to each other. You can click the characters tile to see the info at any time. Start it off, Lukey.
So am I giving you everything? It's not hidden. You are supposed to know everything about me.
I don't know.
Oh, dang it.
Oh,
did
I
it
can
wrong.
totally click on your card.
Says-
Yeah, I totally can.
Let's go backwards. Let's go backwards because I forgot to.
What?
I did it backwards. I need to edit my character.
What the heck are you doing?
I accidentally put my name as the other thing. I wasn't reading. All right, finish editing. Start game. Okay, I fixed it.
Okay, so
Okay.
if I click on,
All right.
I got it. Okay,
So yeah, start with your card.
got it. So for me, I am the scientist. Scientist needs to understand everything about life. Everything has a reason. Everything can be explained. And I have been studying and obsessed with time control and slowing down time and pausing time. So that
Ooh.
gives me even more ability to find, learn, and research and explain things. If I could control time, then I could learn everything that there is in the world. I have a phobia of things that live underwater. If it moves, it belongs underwater. I don't want it. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to eat it. And I thought I had discovered how to slow down or control time, and I had led a presentation that was prolifically watched and seen worldwide, and I failed miserably and humiliated myself. And I don't have a job to go back to. I don't have a life to go back to. I don't have anything to go back to live anymore.
All right.
Beautiful story.
So happy. I am playing as Glaucon, and I am the soldier who must keep everyone safe. And the world is a dangerous place, but I can protect them all. I want revenge. The zone took something from me, which is also why I can't go back. They took my family, by way of I was involved in a very cursory observation of the boundary, and something got on me, and I took it home on my uniform and infected and killed my family. I am scared of things I cannot fight, like little germs that I carried to kill my family. Yeah, that's it. I am Glaucon.
The name is Tom E. Pages. I'm seeking a deeper inspiration. A muse like I have never experienced before in my life. I want to write my great epic, and I think that the zone is going to help me find it. I have to figure out how they're going to get a copy of the book, though. My worst fear is rejection. What if my fans don't love me the way that I love them? And unfortunately, I can't go back. My book bombed at the New York Times, spelled Times. And the only way to become a bestseller is a tragic story. Well, hopefully they find my work. It's going to be my best yet.
And I am Brother Ed Laram. I've served as an army chaplain, strong in my faith for years now. On my return, I built a cozy and devoted congregation, even as I started to hear silence. When I was drafted by a powerful organization to believe the zone is divine. I fear that I do, my obsession. Ever since the silencing, I've been trying to hear the voice of the Father, and I believe that voice to be in the center. The only thing I know that felt right was when my arrow was shot and aimed towards the center of that damnation. But I am afraid that there is no one listening, and this could all be meaningless.
Don't worry, I'll write your story, Chaplain.
All right.
Lukey was
Continuing.
randomly picked as the first director. Although you can claim the scene if you want. The expedition is ready to begin. You're all at the zone observation facility the night before you have to cross the boundary. This is a scene to practice the flow of the game.
Okay. Start us off.
So you can, yeah. I'm so excited. All right, the director defines the location. Read this aloud. Each location has 3 different variants. Everyone can see this, but only the director gets to pick. Now, read them to yourself and choose the one that you feel is right for you.
I'll go through them. Location options are... So, first location is a field tent, sandbags, and portable scientific equipment in the rugged no man's land around the zone, moved often to stay out of the boundaries expansion. The second location is a hulking steel and concrete complex with many sub-levels of containment chambers and accommodation for hundreds of classified personnel. The third location is a rustic manor and farm just outside the boundary, requisitioned by the FBC after its owners were not so lucky. So this is... I obviously have an interest in the portable scientific equipment in the rugged no man's land. We're going there. Sorry, guys. I have selfish desires.
All right.
Zone observation.
All right, you picked the scene location. Now get a scene prompt to discover what meets the expedition when they arrive.
Okay. There are 3 parts.
The night before...
Do you want to read the instructions first?
I'll let you. You're the
okay.
director right now.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah, you're the director. Let's
Okay, I'll start and end the scene. I'm going to read it out loud. There are 3 parts to a scene. 1, the setup. 2, collaborative storytelling. And 3, the ending. The director is in charge of the setup and the ending, and facilitates collaborative storytelling by asking questions of the group. You can use the questions on the card or come up with your own. We'll use the next scenes to practice this cycle and learn the key moves. To set up a scene, introduce the location, decide which characters it's about. In this case, it's everyone. Set up the situation described by the prompt. Where is everyone when this starts? What are they doing? In future scenes, you describe how everyone got there from the previous scene or location. The director ends the scene, and for ending the scene, the director will end scene and their turn when the prompt is resolved. In this case, it's when everyone has shared a rumor. It's better to end a scene too early than too late. If you've gone off topic, end the scene. Now, set up the scene and start collaborative storytelling. When everyone has shared a rumor, click End Scene button. Okay, I read, but I'm not sure if I digested.
Okay, so now read the intro scene card, and then you get to ask those questions of
Okay,
us.
the night before, everyone shares rumors. What strange animals or plants have been spotted? What weird anomalous artifacts are people talking about? What rumor about the previous edition? So we go one question at a time then, or am I picking one?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I would say the scene resolves, it says when everybody has shared a rumor. So you could ask it, and then one of us can chime in on each
Yeah, I
of
was gonna say there's
those
three
as we
questions,
go
so it's
through it.
3 of you, so that would work pretty
Yeah.
well.
Yep.
So I'll turn to.
Which your character gets to contribute as well. So,
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, it's not a big deal.
All right, so we're asking this of the group entirely anyway, but
Yep.
Okay, what strange animals or plants have been spotted? So we're kind of setting up theater of the mind here. Is that kind of the idea? We're sort of establishing the
Yeah.
environment and creating it for ourselves.
Or it's like that, yeah, it's like that scene around like a little campfire while we're getting ready to go into, a weird anomalous zone
Mhm.
where we're all talking about the horrors that we've heard. So it's like, I'll chime in on the
Yeah.
first one because I feel like I, in my background, have patrolled before, but you see, when I was making my way around, I heard about the strange beasts where their face was. Well, their body was much more like a wolf with a long tail, and the head was just chaos of geometry and twisting shapes. There was no clear end to them, they just kind of phased in and out of the space. It was horrifying, and I fled.
Oh, really? I've heard specifically that just inside of the boundary of the zone, there are trees where the leaves have turned blood red, and that the morning dew that gathers upon them drips off viscously like bloody blood drops.
Ugh,
Yes.
that's horrible.
I didn't want to say anything, but before the buff stopped, I looked over and I saw a cute little rabbit in the bushes. And then it stood up on 4-foot-tall legs. Same size, long legs, unsettling.
It's like stilts. I don't like that at all.
Not as weird as the bird with one wing flying in circles.
No, that was my fault. I shot it. I missed the body. I hit the wing. And it just
Was it-
kind of spun for a while.
That's a damn tough bird.
It's true.
I have been told that there are dandelions, but that aren't dandelions. And if you eat them, you suddenly gain the ability to understand and to think twice as fast as you did before. But there are also dandelions, so you may just end up eating weeds if you're not careful.
I never think twice. I think once.
I have
I've heard of
ADHD. That
these.
sounds terrible.
Pick your dandelion wisely.
Ah. Wow.
Well, that was a good question. I don't think we need to go through all 3 of these, do we?
That's fine. Yeah, we can keep.
Yeah,
moving. That
we
was
could
fun.
definitely move.
So
Yeah.
what do we do now?
End scene.
Oh, where's the end
Bottom
scene
right.
button?
Next. You hit the next button on
Got it.
there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Now you can end scene.
All right, I am the next director.
I like how I could just steal your turn if I want to.
boundary. So
Just
we're
like
gonna
no.
move. Ooh, time to enter the boundary. The crossing will be split into 3 short scenes, one for each of the 3 key moves. Before we start the first scene, we will do a quick overview of all 3 moves. Take stock, something isn't right, not so easy. Okay. So these are like our actions, it sounds like. Read
Yeah.
this example out loud. The expedition has entered a new location. It's Jeff's turn as director, but they're feeling stuck. Jeff, not sure where to take this scene. Let's take stock. Jeff presses the take stock button. The air smells like sugar. It's sickly but familiar, like a memory from the bureaucrat's childhood. Tarkin. Oh, yeah. And there's weird glowing moths. On closer inspection, the moth's wings seem to be like plants' leaves. Nice. Let's keep going. These moths gave me an idea. I was thinking. Okay. So, move overview. Take stock. Starting with you, every player adds a sensory detail about the scene. Sight, sound, touch, smell, taste, and how your character feels. You can skip yourself if you don't have anything in mind. When everyone has spoken, return to the collaborative storytelling. Okay, cool. Something's not right. I'm gonna skip the long example this time. And just read the card. Something's not right. The person who triggered the move says something's not right, and what they think might be wrong. Another player says it's worse than that, and describes how. The player who says something's not right incorporates the escalation, and the storytelling continues. Okay, I'm gonna read the example now. Something's not right. I feel like the trees are watching us. Amy presses the something's not right button. Ooh, creepy. Okay. It's worse than that. The branches are moving. They're trying to grab at us, and they keep getting closer. Laughs nervously. I think my scientist might not be able to resist trying to get a sample. Fun. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Continue.
no, it's great.
Not so easy. When a character describes something, when someone describes something, their character doing something not so easy, interrupted by triggering this move. Anyone can say it. You can even call it on yourself. The person trying to do the thing restates what they want to happen, then draws a not so easy card to find out if it does. So this is like dice rolling. Basically, anytime there's a chance, boom, that's what happens. That player then weaves in the outcome and its complications, usually mutation, into the story, and play continues. Okay, so I am the director. The expedition has arrived at the boundary. You take what form? You decide what form it takes. The boundary is beautiful. It inspires wonder, seductive presence. The boundary itself visible. Ooh.
What'd you say?
The boundary is a psychological one. It manifests only in your mind's triggering thoughts and memories. Okay, so get a prompt so I can set the next scene. Okay, so use take stock to quickly add delicious sensory details from the collective genius of the players. It's about the subjective experience. How does it feel to be there? When to use, setting up a new location, who can use it, everyone. Okay. Take stock. Starting with you, every player adds a sensory detail about the scene: sight, sound, touch, smell, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Once everyone has spoken, return to collaborative storytelling. Okay. So, as I approach the barrier, just kind of feeling the neural synapses of this strange experience, just waves of my own past and memories kind of crash into one another. Not fully digging up trauma or anything, but feeling the very nature of the zone just kind of pushing around inside of my mind.
It has a very sour air taste, the taste of static electricity
Like
kind of
batteries.
thing, like you're in an area where it's just too much dryness, too much static, and it dances on the tongue in a weird way as you step through.
It smells of frankincense and myrrh, while slowly shifting to the smell of burning hair, and then
Oh,
I'm convinced I hear uh, voices and laughter off in the distance in different directions, and some of it reminds me of uh, that dreaded moment in my past that I wish I had forgotten.
all right. Let's see. So we did that. And then end scene before entering the boundary. Okay, so as we all continue up towards the boundary, we move to the next scene.
Oh, joy. You decide where the next one takes place? Well, I don't get to choose where the next one takes place because we're doing another scene at the boundary.
Which makes sense.
Something's not right. Use something's not right when you need to ramp up the danger in a scene. When to use it? Frequently. It's a great way to set up not so easy situations. Who can use it? Anyone, anytime. Now, set up the scene, then try out this move by pressing something's not right. Once you've used the move, end the scene. The expedition starts to cross the boundary, but something is not right.
Something is not right.
The person who triggered the move says something's not right, and they say what is wrong. So, something is not right. I hear something coming from behind us, but that doesn't make sense because we just crossed through the boundary.
It's worse than that. Even as the sound sounds like it's rushing from behind us, it's that sense that it's not so much behind us. It's just somewhere we can't see. And then your senses push you to try and deduce where it could be from. And it's a matter of spatial temporal dissonance. Whatever's coming for us, we just don't know where it's coming from.
Well, that's awful. Let's see. I would like to. I think we should run.
I definitely think we should get further in. This is a very odd area to linger.
Are we sure that's still the right direction?
I believe so. We've only stepped just this few hundred yards into the boundary.
Whatever direction is away is
Must-
the direction I will be running.
I will keep you safe, friend. All right. And scene.
My eye twinkles at the sound of friend
Fantastic.
spoken to me.
Oh,
Anime
Like
eyes.
Armstrong.
Yeah.
just wait till we have to resort to cannibalism.
All right. It's William.
Oh gosh. Right. What's happening? Do another boundary scene.
Yeah. This is going to be the last example one.
Oh, so
The
this
not so
is
easy.
Not so easy. I guess I'm gonna play it on myself because I'm an old man and we're trying to run away.
Yeah.
Right? I think that
Yeah,
makes sense.
totally.
Okay.
So hit the not so easy
not so-
button.
Okay.
Not so easy.
All
Sorry.
right. I'm gonna let you guys take it.
It said anyone can say it, so it's getting played on you.
Yeah.
Let's see. The person trying to do the thing restates what you want to happen. So what exactly do you want to happen?
I want to keep up with the group.
Will
But
dies
these-
in the first scene.
These petty loafers are slick, you
Oh
know.
my gosh.
No, I'm wearing combat boots. I know who I am.
Okay. The person trying to restate and then draws a not so easy card. So go ahead and click that.
Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Yes, and the zone
Ooh.
mutates you a small but noticeable way.
Okay, so narratively,
Yeah, what just
right,
happened?
we were saying DJ said like something was coming up from behind us. I kind of developed it further into maybe it's not just behind us, but maybe it's like in this overlapping reality kind of thing. And it's catching up to you as you're running away. And it's going to change you in some way as you're trying to keep up. There's a
Man.
mutation cheat sheet.
Yeah,
Click
Let's see
on.
what this has.
see what that looks like. Oh, nice. This is cool.
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
Yes.
that's awesome. Okay. Is there like a rolling mechanism?
I don't know, but that would be nice.
Awesome.
You could just roll. I could roll D20 for you.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, you pick one of the three categories.
Animal.
You have venom now.
Wait, combine a
Yeah.
body part or emotion with one or two animal, plant, or material elements to inspire mutation. So you need to pick a body part or emotion first,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and then we mutate you with one or two of these columns.
It's not on here, but I like the venom.
Okay.
So what actually happens is as I'm trying to like catch up to you guys, I feel something like hit my neck, almost like a really bad wasp, and I go to like swat it away, and we're trudging along for about 10 minutes, and then I start hearing like a dun dun dun, and I think it's my own heartbeat, like as I'm like running along, and then I realize that it's out of pace with my own heartbeat. And as I get kind of closer to you guys, as my walking becomes a little bit easier, why is it easier? I don't know. I hear.
Ooh. You can hear everybody's heartbeat now. That's freaking cool. I like
Whoa.
that.
And
I
I
like
accidentally bite my lip because, oh no, they're sharp.
All right, let me roll you. Oh, it's not on here.
He went with
Yeah,
venom.
Yeah, venom,
Venom.
and then it says one or two animal plant. Do you want a second one, or you just want to stick with the one for now?
I like the concept he did. I think
I do too. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's just do the one.
Very good. You
All right, Will,
are
you have
venomous.
to resolve the card.
I am venomous. Okay, now what do I do? Do I
Yep,
click
there
this
you
thing?
go.
Okay. Not so easy.
And then you can end the scene.
Okay.
So scenes are like mini, just like us describing a thing, and then we move on.
Yeah.
All right, Lukey.
It's kind of hard to know when they're supposed to end, I guess. Like I'm expecting.
Yeah, I think that's why it says early
GM
on,
to
like,
say
you
something.
should end it sooner than you expect.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is cool though. It's fun. It's like just weird. I'm sure like once you played it, it gets really fun.
You are the director. Decide where the next scene takes place. You must move on from the boundary. So they hit. Okay. Move to the first location beyond the boundary.
Or you are
In
now
the
in
zone.
the zone.
Been in the zone many times.
The next
The next few scenes will be
Oh, no.
about exploring the zone, developing your characters, and most importantly, being very irresponsible. Remember, you will need not so easy cards for the endgame. Have your characters do plenty of things that make it necessary to say, not so easy. Mutations await.
This is interesting.
I love.
The expedition has a.
So-
What's up?
No, I was trying to understand. So it said we need to have not so easy cards at the end.
No, we want to use up not so easy cards so we have mutations to handle the crap at the end. I think.
Oh, got
Mutations.
it. Cool. All right.
Got it. So
Cool.
so not so easy cards. If it's mutations are good, or it goes the other way and we fail the action. Is that kind of the idea?
I don't know if we can fail.
Don't really
Unless we tell
fail.
someone to take
Yeah.
another not
Okay.
so easy.
You can die.
I guess we could die.
The expedition has arrived at the hospital. You decide what form it takes. 1. Colorful leaflets and toys scattered everywhere, implying a friendly family doctor's office. The back rooms tell a different story. 2. A modern hospital full of gleaming diagnostic machines and beeping things. They could have run any tests here experience. Or 3. A gothic institution. Dozens of metal beds. Moldy teal curtains. We're going to strange drugs pop underfoot. I like Gothic institution. Dozens of metal beds. separated by moldy teal curtains. Side rooms host forgotten equipment. Strange drugs pop underfoot. Sounds like the beginning of a haiku.
Scientist, what did I just step in here?
Tylenol
I got it on my boot.
and Ritalin.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I love these. Writer bends down, pops one in his mouth.
No, it's the no, it's like those it's NyQuil. That's what they pop and it's like it's all blue.
Oh,
It's
there's like
NyQuil.
it's a bunch of gushers.
It's just
It's
all
all
NyQuil.
NyQuil and DayQuil.
I got some right here, baby.
Okay.
That does mean they're red and blue
Get
pills.
scene from. Expedition learns something about a character that changes everything. What did you have to hide to be accepted by others? What did you believe? Why did you believe it was necessary?
Ooh.
Everybody looks at the Reverend.
So what
Yeah, right.
is the setting for this? Like, why are we sharing information with each other willingly? Is that kind of what's going on right now? Is like we're just sort of talking about our past?
I mean, we're telling a story together, so it's we could be in character and go full role play and like develop something from that prompt, or we could just describe how the scene plays out, like without ever being in character, right?
Yeah.
So it
Let-
could be like, hey, I think my character would probably like while we're hanging out say this one thing that makes you think this other thing, and then somebody could chime in on that conversation.
Let's be honest. Tommy Pages just picked up drugs off the ground and put them in his mouth. Definitely implies a problem.
Hey, Mr. Horrible.
Tommy, I would not do that.
Mr. Horrible, I'm walking along and I peel back one of these teal curtains and I see an empty bed and a needle, comically large, holding at least 1,000 milliliters, and I pick it up and I have flashbacks and I explain the time that I thought I could get squirrels, which in my opinion were higher status than mice, to give me the answer to controlling time because they were zippity mother effers.
Oh, I thought like. I
So
thought
you
my
just
drugs were
you
intense.
tortured the squirrels,
Torture is one way of putting it,
or did
but
you?
sometimes they tortured me.
I mean, did they meet a good end?
No, none of them did.
Oh,
That's why I never spoke of it.
doctor, I don't think I trust you the same.
I drop to my knees and cry for the squirrels. And as I dropped, you just hear all the NyQuils pop.
Something is not right. There's something moving over there. I saw it change as you were discussing your horrible decisions that you made in your life. There was
Oh.
something over there.
It's worse than that. Look. Whatever these things are, it's popping out of the back end of it.
Whatever what things are?
The thing's
Wait,
popping
so
under
hold
our
on.
feet.
So unless something's not right, then okay, there's no card that gets drawn. The
Yeah,
thing's popping
you just
under our feet.
escalate it.
Got it.
So if I play a
The
not so
drugs
easy,
are not drugs at all.
do I play a not so easy for
so
myself
not
or
so
is it with
easy
someone
would be
else?
like a. You could play it right
You
now.
could do it
on-
against. Yeah,
on
you
the
could play it
scene,
against
yeah.
someone else. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna play a not so easy against myself because I just collapsed to the floor on top of all of these things that we thought were NyQuils.
Mourning your squirrels.
Yeah, and
What about the writer who ate them?
suddenly they're growing around my kneecaps and entangling my shins and crawling up my body, and you see blue and orange tentacles of liquid slowly encapsulating me.
Dang. So you're trying to get all
So
that
I'm trying
off
to-
of
I'm
you
trying
now,
to
I'm
get up.
assuming.
Yeah.
Doctor, no.
Uh, That's not so easy. Go ahead and draw a card. Ooh.
Ooh, granting you a powerful gift the others simply won't understand. All
Okay,
right.
mutation cheat
All right.
Check out that mutation
What body part is getting changed? Now roll that d20 for you if you want, or you could pick something off the list.
Well, let's go with my
With the
leg
legs.
Okay. So
and
we've
Material.
got material. Your leg has suddenly begun to shine as it becomes transparent and you can see the veins and the bones within it. Your calf below the knee essentially has completely turned into diamond.
Dang.
That's honestly, that would look so horrifying, like in
Yeah,
a movie like this, like
Yeah.
your actual body becoming crystalline and seeing the veins underneath it, like
It's like
just
something on a
still
13
in there.
house.
So as
That's so
I'm
cool.
trying to stand up, I can feel my calves grow rock hard like after a run. And I look down and I see the glistening through the glisten of blue. And I pull hard and the edges of my shins, which have become kind of like flat faced in many different directions, like slice through all of the things that are growing around me. And that allows me to get up.
All right.
All right, we must continue. This is not how things will end. I just kind of pick you up under your freaky legs.
Now I walk with the
Alright,
chink
and
sound.
then-
Sorry, everyone.
All
Yeah,
right.
scene.
Clink,
That
clink,
great.
clink.
Just
All right, it's my turn. I'm going to keep us moving. All right. The expedition has arrived at the theme park. Ooh. The corroded Ferris wheel that looms over grown galleries of carnival stands, funhouses, sickly sweet food vendors, and unwinnable games of skill. Park of mechanical novelties, automatons, large and small, showing off innovative clockwork, House of Electric Ghosts, Blockbuster Park, theme rides, biomes, Fantasy Mountain, Westland, Space, Jungle. I think we're going the first one. Yep. Okay,
Corroded
so we
Ferris
enter
wheel.
into a theme park. A corroded Ferris wheel looms over overgrown galleries of carnival stands, fun houses, sickly sweet food vendors, unwinnable games of skill.
Tommy picks up a ball that he finds on the ground and throws it at some milk cans that are all stacked on top of each other, missing terribly. It's never good at these.
There's an anomaly
as
in
you-
our scene. Sorry.
keep on.
There's an anomaly in our scene. We encounter an incredibly dangerous one. As the milk cans tumble and the group kind of looks around at the startle of the noise, the bottles that just clinked onto the ground begin to float and drift as if the gravitation in the area has been disrupted. There's something weird going on with the gravity. And something is not right.
Something's not right. And you see as his long hair is getting pulled in towards the
Oh,
gravitational anomaly. I think we should move away.
It's worse than that.
What?
As you start to move towards it, a man apparates and he's wearing an apron with, it's supposed to be tickets that are coming out, but they're actually digits.
Oh
And
no.
he says, "If you're gonna pay, you have to pay the price. Come on!" And then he waves his index fingers.
I'm just gonna pull out my gun and just start unloading on him. Just like,
Not so easy.
oh, good. All
Let's
right.
see. When someone describes their character doing something not so easy, interrupt them with this move.
Yeah, I'm doing like that classic like gun guy thing where I just slowly approach with my big old heavy shotgun as I'm like taking steps towards this thing, and you can see my hair kind of slowly getting pulled by the gravitational anomaly of this ticket man.
Fantastic. Let's find out. No.
No, but you're
Aw.
fail, boy. Yeah, all the shots are going straight through this ghost, dude. Your failure brings you closer to another character. If you're the last alive, describe a flashback of an apparition. So yeah, I'm just unloading on this guy, and it's not going well for me. Do I get a mutation?
You do.
I do. Okay. Let's see. I think yeah, it's just fear for me that's gonna kind of like I don't know. I'm approaching it. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of what. Because like not being able to fight is a fear for me already. And so like to not be able to tangibly hurt this thing would be horrifying. I think that we'll go with my just nerves, brain nerves. So
All right.
go ahead and roll that 20 for me.
Okay. What'd you choose for your category?
I think I'm gonna do material.
Material. As you fire off this gun and you realize that you are not succeeding, you get incredibly angry and fire blasts out of your mouth. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, as like the fire is just kind of licking around his head, he's just kind of horrified at this whole thing going on with him. But like, nonetheless, you just see, just vaguely like Ghost Rider, just on my actual head, just little licks of flames that just continue to extend off of it. All right.
Very cool.
As I mean, I'm still I unloaded on this thing and it did not work. So I'm just gonna turn and I'm just gonna be like, we gotta go. And that's just my head's on fire as this is happening, and I'm just like starting to book it away from the gravitational stuff that's pulling us in. Anybody else want to do anything?
I see a bungee cord that's holding one of the nets down, and so I'm gonna run past words. I'm gonna run past Tom, and I'm going to like put it into his belt loop, and then run towards Clow to like just hold him.
All right,
Minutes will do nothing here.
So, Clow, this is a non-smoking section.
I can't control it.
Fantastic. Let's end scene.
All right.
All right.
Claim DJ's turn.
I'm so tempted every time.
Right? Do it. Why not?
I mean, let's.
As
Ooh,
we
look, fire.
snirk. As we sneak past through the rest of the theme park, we eventually find a nice spot to rest, to have a campfire, or maybe just gather around Clow's head. It's really hard to tell. But beyond this point is the most dangerous part of the zone. Soon, characters will die. But for a few hours, we're safe. Go around and each share theories about the nature of the zone. Optional, now is a good time for any unresolved character relationships. This may be your last chance.
You know, I always thought it was just an inevitability of creation to reject us. You know, hearing tales from my father of what it was like when he was young with the snow and the winters. And then now with the burning plains and everything, it is all too much.
I don't know.
It just feels like nature's fighting back.
I think, personally, that it's just weird. It's random errors in code. I think we are an abandoned simulation. Maybe those who created the simulation are long past. I don't know. Maybe none of us are here of our own volition at all. Our circumstances are quite odd. I mean, there's a priest, a soldier, a scientist, and a writer? What is this? The setup to a joke?
Priest, tell me, what does your god lead you here for?
I think that one of the primary one of the primary causes is similar to what you stated. I think pride and dogma has pulled mankind away from its roots. We look at a beaver dam and we see nature, but for some reason when we look at a house, we don't call it nature. And so we've sought to command it and control it, and I think that she has become angry. And I think God is using this not to judge us, but to teach us a lesson, to teach us dependence and humility. I mean, how many lives have been lost here?
Tommy scoffs. God. What? As if there's some big author in the sky? Am
What,
I not
there's
a
some
god of the worlds I
programmer?
create?
And there's not a programmer who created your simulation. It's all the same.
I literally watched Bandersnatch last night, so this is a little too on the nose.
You say Bandersnatch? You just watched Bandersnatch?
This is,
Oh, it's so good.
anyway, the scientist is almost chuckling to himself as the flames lick his face and light him from underneath, and shadows.
Sorry, I'll stop licking you.
Yeah. Klaus scutters away from underneath.
My
Is it
bad.
not obvious? Have you not seen day, night, the sunset? Is time moving at all? Has anything really happened? I believe we are in a black hole of sorts. They are not just out, but they are closer to here than we believe. That is my greatest discovery.
Singularity.
Well, I mean, time is simply just a definition of change.
Time
There's
is a
nothing we can
weird
do
soup.
to escape it, but
It's a
the
flat
fact that we're so
circle.
disconnected. It's more of a big ball of timey wimey stuff.
Yeah. End scene.
Well.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I was just about to
Will,
start hitting on
you're up.
Lukey.
All right, start turn. I'm excited. This will be fun. You're the director. Time to move from the campfire. You are now entering the much more dangerous part of the zone. Characters will start to meet their fate and become one with the zone. You are past halfway. This is a great time to take a few minutes stretch. Potty, we move to the bureau. Chaplain Ed.
Oh no.
Oh, wait.
Chaplain Ed.
Must die in the coming scene.
They cannot be stopped after his death. He
Wait,
becomes the zone.
they cannot be stopped by not so easy cards, only by another player asking to claim their fate. Ooh,
So you have to sacrifice yourself for me.
yeah. After death, you will continue as a part of the zone.
Sorry, I have to continue writing my great epic, Brother Ed Laram.
Wait,
Except
so how
fate.
did Will just die?
So he didn't die yet.
But
he
he
has
has
to
to.
Tell the
die
story.
here.
A windowless concrete building, millions of pages of government document rot inside of locked offices, infamous white elephant, Y, marble columns, vaulted ceilings. B.
That's the true horror right there.
Right?
We're going to go through, so we're going through a large windowless, almost windowless. All the windows are very, very thin slits that let in just a
Ooh.
little bit of light, maybe.
Like a
and it is
brutalist kind
true-
of, like
Yeah.
almost Soviet building.
Yep. And it's like a very old, like, we just built this to do work office building. So the
Yeah.
floor plan sucks. It's hard to figure out where the frickin' bathroom is. And every place
There's
looks
two
the same.
skeletons by the water
All
cooler.
the doors are the same. There are two skeletons by the water cooler, but it's the same water cooler and the same skeletons.
Oh, that's actually horrifying.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. One has sunglasses on.
The other
but
one's
they're
holding a
scary
rubber ducky.
sunglasses. But a scary rubber ducky.
One
With
looks a
fat
lot like
rings.
Dwight Schrute.
All right. Get screen prompt. Scene. Someone tries to break away on their own. What can one of you do alone? Why would the rest of them let you?
Who it
I
is-
mean, I think I could logically make a case to scout ahead.
We could also get a different prompt.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. You could re-roll
Oh,
the
yeah.
prompt.
Let's do just 3. Make it really random. There you go. Okay. Ooh,
What?
awesome. You encounter a helpful creature that lives here. Luke, I'm gonna let you describe it. How do you know that this creature is helpful? What does it want in exchange for its
no.
help? I'll give you 2
It's a-
things, okay? It's got really big, like, deer ears, and it has ram's horns. That's all I get.
It's like a little fawn dude.
I don't know.
You
What is it,
encounter a
Luke?
helpful creature that lives here. So this thing
Is he still doing
So
paperwork?
this thing comes out of an office, and it has 2 back legs and a wheel for its front legs instead.
Yeah.
And it pushes itself with its back legs towards us. And it lacks a
Ugh.
torso, but has a neck that comes directly off of the wheel into its face. And it has the face of a raccoon with the ears of a deer and horns. And it looks up at us and it explains to us that we will never escape this building. And
The hell is even that?
Yeah, I'm going to
he
shoot
knows he knows the way out
Don't.
to get out of here. That we will be forever lost. That is not the way we turn around. If we were to turn around and go back the way we came in, we would not leave this place.
it. This place has been like Hall of
Wh-
Mirrors.
What do
I
you
thought
want?
we left the theme park behind us.
It wants legs in exchange for help.
I'm pretty fond of my legs.
I look down on mine.
No.
And I,
You must understand. We are dealing with the Fae.
Something's not right.
I have an idea. I walk over to a chair and break off 2 legs and give it to him.
Something's not right.
Oh, something's not right.
As you reach
Click it.
down to deliver the chair legs, this helpful creature has a dual nature that it fights. It is fluctuating between hostile and helpful. And in this moment, as you bend down,
It's
it
worse than
looks
that.
wrong.
In fact, it is so much worse than that. As it reaches up to grab the legs that you are handing it, instead, brother Ed Laren, it instead reaches towards your legs and grabs them, attempting to rip the meat from them.
Brother Ed, like, as this starts happening, he just like freaks out and starts punching. As he's punching, like his knuckles are breaking open on the horns and whatnot. And then he loses balance and falls. And he looks up to Leonard with just eyes of like, help!
I
Help me!
proceed to I jump and I snap off my diamond legs in midair.
I
What?
would like.
It's
wait.
not so easy.
Yeah. No, wait, what did you say though, Luke? Describe what you're doing again?
I leap towards the encounter that brother is having with raccoon horns, and I attempt to remove my legs from my body that are diamond.
So you jumped towards them and tried to rip your own legs off?
To use as weapons.
Oh, okay. So you're going to stub around?
Yeah, well, hopefully the jump is far enough that I can reach.
Okay. All
Draw a
right.
card.
Well, not so easy, buddy.
Am I clicking it?
Yep.
Could jump and rip your legs.
Okay, so yes, it works, but
So as I go through, I impale the raccoon in the wheel with both legs and kill it, and it dies in happiness as it sees 2 legs sticking out of its front.
I have a suggestion for the mutation.
Yeah.
Your legs just grow back. Like the crystal just grows back, and you're holding
Ooh.
like you just impaled. They grow back now, like they're like sugar crystals that just can grow.
Fantastic.
Oh, you're saying that's the old
Uh,
mutation, how it works. I need a new mutation though on top of that.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I still don't understand.
New mutation.
'Kay.
What you got?
I think the blood from this creature gets on you in some way.
Well, okay, so that'd be like
I think you should so click the mutation sheet, and then I would say maybe do something with the animal column.
guts. It is guts. Let's go with guts and animal.
All right. Animal. I don't know how this is gonna work with guts. For animal, but feathers.
Okay.
You are becoming something else.
And brother
more.
Ed, do you mind if I describe your death for you when we get to it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Fantastic.
I get the last word.
How do
Go ahead
the
and resolve.
feathers and guts happen? Or would you like to change it to another body?
Well, so when I pierced this creature with my diamond legs, I ended up going so far into him that my arms went into his innards, and as I pulled them out, the intestines are sort of wrapped around my arms, but they're actually like laced with feathers. And they snap off of the creature, and I can't untie them off of my hands. So I have.
So you have Kratos chains of intestines on your arms?
And I can feel them slowly constricting my arms and losing circulation slowly over time.
As you wrap this up,
Nasty.
and we all kind of notice the nasty that is happening, Brother Ed, you look down at your mutilated legs, and that's when you notice that underneath was not bone, was not muscle, but instead was on each side 2 wasp legs. And you hear the heartbeat of everyone in the room. What do you try to say as you realize your legs have been replaced by wasp's legs?
I try to speak, and as I speak, I feel the vibration of my vocal cords. I am speaking, but you can't understand me at all. And even so far as like you don't hear anything audible, you just see my mouth moving. And as I yell, the younger people in the group probably feel like a little very high-pitched whistle.
Oh, yeah.
And as I'm like, I know this is the end. And as I'm trying to tell you things, the only thing I can think to do is to reach down below my waist and to soak my hand in blood and write out, "Make sure you tell them what God says in the center."
And as you finish writing this on the wall or floor in front of you, you start to crack and pop and writhe in pain as wasp-like wings shoot out of your back and your mouth comes out pincers, and out of your head as your eyeballs pop out, they are replaced by wasps' eyes, and you begin to tear at the flesh around you as you are replaced with a gigantic wasp.
Yeah, I'm immediately just gonna. Yeah, you definitely something's not right. It's worse than that. I'm gonna kill it. Something worse than that. Unfortunately, going to be the end of Brother Ed. And I'm going to again trying to blow the head off of this thing, and I'm just like, "Oh, you will not take the wounds I love." And I'll take it
Brother
not so
Ed.
easy on me.
Brother Ed expires, and as he does so, small rosary falls out of his hand, or from what it was his hand, and rolls onto the ground, sliding into the blood.
We're gonna have to put some trigger warnings at the beginning of this episode,
Right?
for
Yeah,
body
for
horror
sure.
and just general horror
We
themes.
kind of did, but yeah, for sure. Yep. All right. So I'm on no, but again. All right.
Oh, I'm alive. No, not
no,
you.
I'm just failing to kill you. This thing you've created. Yep. All right. So it's going to. As I shoot off shots, this thing is not just dying, and it's just like, and it just like keeps attacking at us as we start to flee, and I'm just firing off shots. And I think that like us, like I don't know, maybe like a stinger or something, or like a claw at my back. We'll go with a claw. Claws at my back, and I can feel as like the mutation begins to take hold on my back. So, and I think to be thematic, let's go with horrifying. Yeah, I like that. Eggs. So like, yeah, so like it slashes into my back, and then over the course of like the next few minutes as we're fleeing, you just see like pustules, like little egg hatch like sacs that are just kind of like in the wound on my back.
Gross.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Run, nasty. Yeah, I feel like the way we know as the viewer is like I get my character Cloud gets slashed, and then like the camera does like the microscopic zoom in of the bloodstream of just like the little eggs just kind of like finding their perch and like grabbing
Disgusting.
on and beginning to like grow like cancer. All right.
Go ahead and claim your fate,
fate. All right.
I don't know what. Okay.
to use in the final judgment. That's cool. Oh, this is change here. Interesting. Okay.
What
Whose turn is
happens
it?
after death? Once your
Oh.
character dies, you transition to embodying the zone. You still take normal turns as the director, use all the moves and so on. Now this is the chance to focus fully on creating the weird, magical, and horrible situations for the remaining players. Basically, you take more of a GMing spot.
All right.
Check in on their obsessions and phobias.
We are at the bureau.
Another bureau scene or
Oh, it says we
cemetery?
can
Let's
move
keep
to the
moving.
cemetery if you want. All right, we good to move?
Yeah, I think so.
We arrived at the cemetery, and
What an apt thing to do after the loss of a friend. I wish only that we had something to bury.
a memorial. Rows of dozens of simple white crosses. One is larger than the others. A single rose laid against it, still fresh. Someone thinks they found a way to accomplish their obsession.
Ooh,
So,
I don't think that would be me.
man, I'm going to choose a different prompt because I don't feel like any of us are close to
I don't think our prompts.
In this
yeah, I don't think
situation,
our
yeah, it
sessions
doesn't make sense. So, yeah.
We did the creature meeting already.
No.
Ooh.
Ooh, I like that.
We take a very risky shortcut. We are all frazzled by our experiences of
Yeah.
things. And as we
Yep.
look, as we're walking across the memorial and the graveyard, kind of like as you walk down a corn rows in a farm, you expect everything to sort of pass you by laterally in patterns, but we see we come up to one row of memorial gravestones that actually directly curves around and then kind of goes down, and then we can see off to the distance an entirely different landscape and biome sort of off. But we don't actually see how the memorial leads there. We just tell that it's just the beginning of a path that goes in that direction.
Mm.
But what makes the shortcut so risky?
You
Someone else?
know, as
Will?
as we look ahead to that shortcut, I think.
Something's not right.
Well, hold on.
Hold
Resolve
on.
the card first. We got to resolve the card first. So the question is, why do you need to take the shortcut, and then what makes it risky?
That's why I was going with something's not right.
Okay, but we have to answer the questions first. Something's not right is how we update drama in the middle of a scene. We're defining the scene.
You guys need to take a shortcut because the groundskeeper, you hear a door shut really hard. He's like, and you kind of see like the swinging of a lantern.
A very
it's
hostile.
fairly
reason.
far off,
Got it.
down a hill a little bit, but yeah, you hear something and you see light over the ridge.
Yeah, I feel like he's probably blocking what would otherwise be like the more direct route.
Mhm.
And so instead, like, to subvert him, we will potentially encounter more of like these fungal undead throughout the graveyard rather than like exiting the cemetery across the bridge that he's guarding. But it would push us more close to the center of the zone.
Yeah.
So I think we just start to book it off like through the gravestones, kind of off the beaten path. And obviously something's not right at this point.
Yes, something's not right. The gravestones, as you kind of turn to your left, they encircle. And you turn back around, and it's as if they uncircle. It seems as though we're in some sort of liminal graveyard space.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah, so like as we're encircled by these stones and we kind of lose our sense of direction, I look over to Leonard and I just say, Leonard, I do not know what's happening. You have better ideas about these sort of psychological and scientific things. What do we do?
Well, I take stock of the situation and I intuitively sort of pump my arms and I get air from my feathered intestine wraps. And as I take stock of the situation around us, I notice that the graveyards go out for very, very, very long distances in all directions. And then I can see what I thought were hills are actually individual burials behind each of the stones. And they're growing and growing. And suddenly I realize that they're kind of popping and things are starting to grow. And I tell you that, oh, it's worse than that. Everything is growing and things are coming alive.
I am going to begin to run, and I am going to pull a not so easy on myself because I keep turning to the left, and the stones, as I said, kind of do this liminal thing where like I turn to the left and you guys aren't there, and then I turn to the right and you're back. So yeah, I'm pulling it on
But as you're
myself.
running,
Yeah.
and you look at some of these gravestones, you see the name of your father who rejected you and your grandfather who rejected you. and other family members who are now alienated from you. And as you continue to run, the names change to the titles of your failed books.
Oh,
I see all the squirrel tester names on the stones.
So yes, I am able to flee successfully without losing you guys. But I am going to take on my first mutation, and it is going to be a mutation of my hair, my lovely, beautiful hair that is luscious and perfect. The thing that I value more in this world than just my writing. And it is going to be animalistic. As feathers sprout from my head, my hair has been replaced by a beautiful bounty, honestly. It's quite soft, feathery down. As it also then begins to kind of slowly rain out, but never seem to run out.
Oh, you're more into it now, is what you're saying.
A little bit. Yeah.
All
So
right.
there we go.
Yeah, as we continue to push through the bizarre space, I just try to orient myself and kind of take stock of where Tom has gone and keep pace with Leonard as we continue on. And I'll also try to flee the space. Will, why is it not easy for me?
Why is it not easy for you?
Yeah.
As you're running through, you see these gravestones, and they're all blank. And then as you turn your head to the left to look at something, you thought you heard something, you see a picture of your family enjoying a picnic, and it flashes and it's gone. And then you continue to run, and you see them standing at the door before you left for your first tour, crying. It flashes and gone. And then you see yourself walking into your home alone.
Yeah, you just hear Cloud just being like, I cannot go home. There is nothing for me there. Just kind of like booking it.
And as you're in the middle of this like inner turmoil, you start hearing pop shots and grenades going off, and you feel like you're back in the thick
Oh,
of it
shit.
now. And then it turns to complete silence, and then it starts up again louder.
I don't like
and then
this.
silence.
It's so crazy.
And then louder, and then silence, and all you hear is the ringing of your ears.
Leonard,
It's awful.
Tom, are you there? Hello? Anyone? Oh,
So this is not so.
oh, there you are.
This
Okay.
is not so easy. Then do you take a mutation now?
I think so, probably.
Yeah.
I need to see how well I do. No butt. I've only gotten no butt. So I'm not getting out, guys. Right. Let's see. I think this is going to be... I'm just going to pick one from this sheet. I think that's going to make more sense. I want it to be thematically appropriate. Yeah, I like that. On the... as I'm like kind of tripped and have fallen down by one of these gravestones, and my hands have touched like some old dried flowers left on this grave eon ago. I just see like as vines begin to creep along my hand and just puncture into my skin, and then a bloom of a flower bouquet all along my forearm begins to grow beautifully in my skin.
Nice. Love it.
All right. I think we escape.
Yep, I think I pick myself up after that and just kind of solemnly like trudge along after the rest of everyone. It's my turn. Move to the theater. The theater. Tom E. Pages must die. This is great. I love this. Oh man. You know
I'm
what?
doing my for Romeo in the next one.
You don't want to die. I'll claim that fate.
Oh,
I'll claim the fate. Yep.
you sure?
It feels appropriate.
You sure?
Too late.
It's gonna be real confused.
All right. My character must die here.
turn, so.
Soaring Opera House, Gloomy Multiplex, Local Theater. Yeah, I'm going with the Gloomy Multiplex. We enter into a gloomy multiplex. Surfaces sticky with what you hope is just popcorn and soda. It sounds like movies playing in the distance.
Right.
Someone's past catches up with them. I think that as we enter into this multiplex, Cloud just begins to lose touch with reality. And the first theater that he kind of wanders in and peeks his head into looks to you all just like a war movie. But to Cloud is memory. It is experience of being in the horrible trenches of war and surrounded by mud and his brothers falling on his sides. And he just steps out of that theater and he says, "We must keep going. I don't know what is pulling me forward, but I must go see." And he just kind of would like continue on to the next theater and repeat a similar scenario.
I peek into the theater and I go, "Hey, Carl, I didn't know you were an actor." And then you're not even there.
No, I'm going to the next theater.
The next theater, but there's another theater. That's right. The theater of war. Yes, I will write you a story, Clow. You guys notice that along this journey, every time I finish writing a page, I rip it out and I leave it behind us. For the next group to kind of come along and begin to like read the story along the way.
So you're leaving lore drops for the first player, the single player campaign?
Yeah, yep, exactly.
Something isn't right. As Cloud closes the door and he walks away from his past, you hear the gunshots in the movie playing in the background, and then you hear them louder and louder, and then you hear a machine gun going off, and then suddenly holes are blasting through the wall from inside the theater out towards us.
Oh, it's worse than that. Much worse.
How does it get
actually.
worse?
As a tank rolls through the screen.
I think this should become a routinely streamed game by us. Just saying.
The tank just starts to envelope like every single every single one of the seats as it just like knocks them all down row after row of all these sticky chairs and stuff just getting squished underfoot. All the memories of family movies and people making out in the back row being squished by a tank. And as a shell goes off towards everybody. Oh, what the heck is going on with my camera? I can't. There we go. And I mean, Cloud's already out of this room, but you guys are getting shot at.
Well, we're all out of the room. It's coming from his. It's
there's a shell coming through.
Yeah,
the wall.
exactly.
Yeah. Well, we should probably get out of here, Doctor.
Not
Where
so
did Cloud
easy.
go?
Yeah. I'm pulling
who?
not so easy on you first. On you first.
Me first? Oh, you're doing one for each of us. Okay. Fantastic.
You don't get out of here, right? Oh, wait.
Oh,
it says for me.
I have this one exactly. Andrew
Wait, why
must
does it say
resolve
for
this.
me?
Because you're the one who's gonna die, maybe?
No, so if
Oh,
whoever
okay,
clicks the
that
not
makes
so
sense.
easy has to do it for themselves.
It has to do it. You resolve it for whoever it is.
Yeah, so someone can claim not
Unless
so
you click it
easy,
for
but
yourself.
you have to click it yourself.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So you can
But
definitely.
it gives me the mutation.
Well, no, it would. You're right.
Like,
it
see
would.
the radioactive
So who's
thing?
who's the one
That's
trying to do
interesting.
something?
So he's trying
Hold on,
to
how
not
do I-
so easy. So go ahead and click resolve for that because it's not going to matter. Then say it's not so
Okay,
easy,
yeah,
and
I
then
am
I'll
gonna
click the
die.
card.
Oh, I get
Yep.
it. Yeah.
Oh, look, it's this. Oh, someone else. Perfect. This is actually the one that I wanted. As you turn, as I turn to look away from you, Doctor, I then turn back around and you see as shiny scales begin to grow all up and down my neck. And then my mouth kind of turns
Fish
into a fish's
man.
mouth, and I turn and I go, Doctor, what are you doing? We need to go. We must get out of here.
I forgot.
as fins appear on my arms, and of course the triggerfish spine
Triggerfish.
pops out.
You
behind
see
me.
his hand. You see his hand on the wall behind him as the camera is looking at this mutation, and you see it's just a hand on the poster of
The movie.
Finding Nemo.
And the worst part is I still have feather hair that's slowly cascading down at all times.
Fish feather man.
So I
Yeah.
you turned to talk to me, right, DJ?
Yeah.
So I fall. I'm stepping backwards. I trip and I fall and I'm crawling crab-wise and as far as I can, and I bump back up against the popcorn machine, and I kick it and I try to grab a piece of glass from the popcorn, and I throw it to try and jam it
Not so
into your
easy.
gills.
Oh, I can't
you
click
guys are
anything.
going PvP, baby.
So I have to not so easy, right?
I mean,
Yeah, so go ahead and click it.
Oh no.
No,
Everyone
good.
on the expedition. All right. Well, how do I get another mutation? Let's find out.
All right, roll for everybody, baby.
Yep. I'm gonna say mine's going to be my legs at this point, and we are going to continue with the animal theme.
Do we all get the same mutation?
Since I'm a feathery.
mutation?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I think we all get the
I
same
feel
mutation.
like I don't know. I'm
Mutation.
yeah.
Okay. Well, you've
that
already
makes
got
the most
legs,
sense, I feel like.
so he's got legs.
Do it like a forearm. Do like a forearm thing. Or
Yeah, let's
like
do a forearm thing. I already
or
got some forearm
torso.
things going on, but spines shoot out of our forearms. For me, that's even more uncomfortable because I have fins there, and it's awful. I'd be like, Doctor, calm down.
well, yeah, but your spines actually turn the fins on your forearms sharp and jagged.
Ugh. Yeah.
Batman.
But
Bad.
built in. Horrifying. Awesome.
Wolverine Batman?
Yeah.
Yes. Or Spike from
Very
X-Men
good.
Evolution. Luke, you have to resolve.
Yeah, you gotta click to resolve.
So yeah, we resolved. Okay.
All right.
Let's claim your fate.
I'll say as you guys walk away from that theater and move your way through the multiplex in search of Clow, you find him in a room in front of a screen. And again, what you perceive versus what Clow perceives is probably something entirely different, similar to how the war movie was just a war movie. And this is just a Lifetime movie. But
Oh,
for
no.
Clow is deep, deep memories of when he still had his family. And you can see as his flaming head and his twisted body just kind of goes limp and he floats into the air, just kind of losing himself in memory and in time. And scene. I'm dead.
The film changes to Benjamin Button.
Well, do we stick around here, Doctor, or do we move on to the next area?
Are you still a fish?
I am still a fish. Blub 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 blub.
Yeah, I'm out. Like I'm not even really keeping with you at this point. I've moved on to the next area.
You just walk ahead of me, Doctor. It'll be fine. Don't look. We're moving on to the military base anyway. But Dr. Leonard Horrible must die in this scene.
That's fair. I am running from my phobia. What better way to die than not paying attention?
I'm writing in my book, and then the handsome prince became a fish man. And the princess still loved him all the same, because of course
No,
she did.
didn't.
She would listen, I've seen The Shape of Water. She loved him all the same. Rip the next page out, throw it behind me. Ah, Doctor, how are you feeling?
Doctor, how are you feeling?
Oh,
we stumble into a military
having
base.
to die makes you the director. Got you.
Yeah.
We come up to a razor wire, and beyond it is a sealed clean room facility with double airlocks and auxiliary power, perhaps maintaining containment protocols. And I am deeply fascinated, and also running at the same time, into understanding what this military scientific discovery that they were studying may be, as I know we are getting close to the center, and I am getting desperate to find a way to control my discoveries in time. Encounter a vision of something that used to be here, triggering a phobia. Another phobia?
More fish.
Or you can re-roll. It's your death.
Yeah.
It's your death.
Something helps here to see the true potential. This is perfect. So I stumble up to one of the clean rooms, and I look through the glass window pane that just surrounds the whole clean room, and I can see through it. And on the other
Do
side,
you know how much time has passed?
I look the other side, and there's mirrors, and there's lights all over, and the lights reflect off the mirrors, and they reflect through my legs, which are made of diamond. And as they come back and they reflect back, they concentrate into a single point. And where they concentrate, I can sense that the focused energy is affecting a little area of flies that are in like a test chamber. And suddenly I notice that the flies seem to be flowing down with this focus of light and reflections and energy.
But something's not right
Magic
about that
shoes.
energy. It's your desire mixed with something confusing. You can't tell quite what it is, but you feel drawn into these flies and you move yourself towards it, led by your obsession, pulled in by
It's worse
the
than that.
anomaly.
It's so much worse than that.
I'm stumbling towards
As
the
you're
flies.
pulled in, lured into this anomaly, you gaze at it in wonder when the shimmer of camouflage from a large creature that appears to be a crocodile steps out of it. It was pretending to be what you desired most, just to get to you.
It was a crocodile?
It was a crocodile. Lives underwater. It's his phobia.
Okay.
I'm just confused by that. That's all. So it was a crocodile that was pretending to be flies that
Yeah,
were
like a
going
mimic.
slow.
It was a mimic. But a crocodile mimic. Shut up. It works.
I'm just trying to understand.
It could be thousands of little crocodiles that I thought were flies.
You know how a lanternfish has like the little dangly?
Yeah.
It's a lanternfish crocodile, and the flies
Okay.
are the lantern.
Okay.
Um.
And you step right into its mouth.
Well, I'm gonna let DJ come across this.
No.
'Cause there's no point in defending myself. This is how I died.
But it's not
Well,
so
I mean, we
easy.
can add more to the scene. You don't have to. No, it says that you don't use not so easies on their death.
That's true. That is true.
so,
Gotcha.
So as you see this, what do you do?
I am in half fear and half. I see all the lights on these anglerfish pieces that are also sort of are kind of expanding and increasing in volume and power and light output from everything that's been going on in this room. And I kind of, in a stupor, like sort of stumble in closer as they're kind of coming at me and getting ready to consume me. I reach out and I believe that by grabbing one of these anglerfish's danglies that I can stop everything and control what I have always sought to control.
I'd say as you're reaching out for this thing, for a moment, but only a moment, time seems to stop,
Yeah, appropriately.
slowing down. You feel your blood run cold as you begin to make eye contact with the thing you fear most. A creature of the deep embodying the very animalistic horror that is aquatic beasts. Changing and shifting in front of you, the room growing darker, more twisted, like the lightless depths. The darkness swirling around you and our friend over here. I forgot his name. Tom. So the two of you now surrounded by this darkness, and it begins to change you.
I'm already a fish. What can
Oh,
it
I
do to
know,
me?
I'm talking about you. I'm talking about him.
As I
It's going to change him to death.
as I grab it, I'm then immediately swarmed into obscurity by thousands of these creatures, and suddenly, as I'm being eaten, my blood begins to turn, and I slowly just become tentacles that are self-aware.
Ugh.
Gross. Click resolve as and claim your fate.
Scientist is with the zone now.
I miss my friends. It feels as though I've been here for weeks, yet I know that I've only slept twice. It has only been 2 days, and yet I feel as though I have aged. Maybe it is the fish ears that are claiming me. I don't know.
All right, well, you are the director.
And the director. Start. Turn. We're moving to the center.
Move into the
Yes,
center.
we are.
To the center. Tom.
Oh,
The
my
writer
God.
is at the center. Here at the heart of the zone. The writer will finally be able to express the wish that brought them all this way. What will the zone do with that wish? That's for everyone else to decide. Using the not-so-easy cards gathered from the journey.
Ooh, okay, so I guess it doesn't let you be the director for this part, but DJ, Click away.
Enter the center.
All right. The center part 1. The lone survivor has made it to the legendary center of the zone. First, define the center together. Is it staggering beauty, incomprehensible horror, alien strangeness, or something else? I would say my thought is similar to some of the themes that we've explored so far. I think that this would be experientially specific to Tom. I think that it's not really, it would not, it is its own experience for every individual that would enter into it.
It is my own nirvana.
But is it good or like horror? Is it beauty or horror for him?
Well, my greatest wish, the reason I have come all this way, is to be so wonderfully awe-inspired that I write the greatest epic the world has ever seen. I'm looking for that inspiration here. And as I have entered into the final pages of my book, I gaze around me. What do I see?
Was it worth it? You think
So
you doubt
worth it. A single tear rolls down my fishy cheek.
All right, meet the center. I guess, well, yeah, I mean, we defined it. We've said it's essentially a unique beauty for you. Staggering.
In fact, I'm standing on the stage of the Nobel Society, accepting my Nobel Award for literature. Any muse that will get me to writing again. See, I've written since I was a child. Really. I would hand in papers, tests with entire short stories written on the back. I was never more inspired than when I was writing when I should have been doing something else. Cut back to me, my senior year, sitting at a desk, supposed to be taking my SATs. But instead, all I could do was write, and it was the best thing I have ever written. And when the teacher came by and said, "Hand in your test now," she took it from me. And my heart broke because I have not been able to write anything as beautiful ever since. So, I wish to know what I wrote that day. I wish to read it once more. Oh, I gotta write that.
Wrote, yeah.
Oh gosh, you guys can see me? No.
Yep.
Yep.
I already said the wish out loud. Judgment is happening.
It's not so easy. The zone players, you're now on the other side of the not so easy. Luke, you got the most not so easy cards while alive. These are now the judgment deck. You decide how the zone treats the wish by choosing a card from this deck. Will and Andrew, you will influence the final judgment by adding one card each to the judgment deck and describing a possible way things might go. Start the judgment. Will, it's your turn to influence the outcome.
How do I do this?
I don't know.
Click on the blank spot.
We'll choose now a not so easy card to add to the judgment deck.
Oh, a yes, no. I think down there at the yes, no, and the no and.
Gotcha. We're like finishing each other's sentences, kind of.
There we go.
Okay.
Yes, and.
Oh, wait. Does Luke describe what's going on and then we say yes and or no and?
I think we're contributing. I don't think so. I think he's going to be.
I think I'm making the final
incorporating
choice.
these things that we contribute into a final. Yeah.
You are suggesting yes and as a way that the zone might respond. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
And then you can describe the possibility.
So you have to end your turn, Will.
I think he was supposed to describe the possibility, though.
I don't think so.
Possibility of what? Nothing's happened.
The yes and?
No, I think
So it would mean it's the way that you would incorporate it into the final judgment.
Okay.
So we're just contributing a card.
Okay.
We're just deciding what we can even add. He had a choice. I don't. I only got no buts.
That is
And I
true.
got a no and. I'm putting in a no but. Ooh.
Which one do you choose? Oh, do I choose?
no, I'd choose.
No, Luke is
No.
yeah, you
Luke.
choose.
He wishes to know what he wrote that day. Yes, but with a complication. Ooh, I'm so excited to see what this is going to be, Luke.
Deliver the judgment.
Deliver the judgment.
The writer is mysteriously found outside the zone. Describe what happens with their wish. You may choose to incorporate influences from the other player who embodies the zone. May add details. What was the wish one more time specifically, DJ? Oh, right
It's at the
there.
top.
I wish
It's
to
up
know
at the top.
what I wrote that day. That amazing short epic. The world around you sort of morphs and land starts falling away, and you are now on a lone cliff side, and now you hear that what you remember now is snippets and parts of that epic that you wrote that day, but it's not quite distinguishable yet. And the only way you can hear it is if you jump off the cliff.
I look
Oh, it's
around.
like calling to him in the distance.
I look around me. Clearly
The
outside of the
sirens.
zone. I think. Do I jump and find peace? Or do I live as this monster of a fish man and never know the truth of the words of which I wrote? I look around and I kick a rock. It flies off the cliff. And I wait to hear the plop. Plop. Oh, it's so far. But, you know, the ending must be tragic for the writer to be recognized. And hopefully somebody will find those pages that I wrote along the way. Hopefully, they'll look at me like the next Hemingway. Maybe Johnny Depp will shoot my ashes off into the ocean. Wait, he'd have to find my body first. Am I falling? Oh, shit!
Mission report. Survivor interview notes. Well, we know that he didn't really survive.
Yeah, because Luke demanded that I die.
Yeah, no, but in order to fully hear it, you have to die.
Yes, that's true. That is true. Oh, wonderful. I would love to play this
Awesome.
thousands of more times. Like, this should be one of our party
this
games.
is a funny one. I like this.
It's super good. And like, depending on who you're playing with, like, it could be horrifying or amazingly funny or both.
Yeah. I mean, we had some weird moments. That was very entertaining.
From the moment that Will described himself getting bit by a wasp and having like venom, I was like, oh man, if I get to call out his death, he's turning into a wasp.
I was going vampire.
Oh, dang it. I misunderstood.
I'm a freaking wasp now.
I'm a wasp. Just floating around the zone endlessly because Clow was unable to finish you.
I tried.
We should do this again. I feel like it's gonna go a lot smoother with knowing how we
when
actually
somebody
write.
can explain.
Yeah, who's explaining what, and sort of understanding, how we give people time to talk and write and explain details.
And the best part is
Right.
we can have 6 players. I believe it might be 5 on the digital, but
It's
like the
5.
physical game is 6 players. Is what this Kickstarter said. The nice thing is we can make the game last as long or as short as we want it to.
Yeah.
By deciding to dwell on the same scene in like areas.
Yep.
So very fun. I think this is a fantastic exercise for helping people to kind of improv scenes as a player and
I would
as a
define
game
it as
master.
like I would define it as like a co-GMing improv horror like party game.
Absolutely.
Like it's obviously it's a one shot, right? So it's like it's designed for you to have fun, chill, not prep anything, and just like maybe dive into some interesting character stuff. I
Yeah.
think the downsides are like if there's people that want different things out of the story that they're trying to tell, because there's co-GMing essentially, there can be dissonance with that. Like there are definitely moments where people were like, I want to do this in their mind, and then they're going one way with a scene, and then somebody else has a different idea. It doesn't mean it's wrong, but it could create frustration at the table, I think. But also that's just like getting comfortable with the people you're playing with and learning to share the spotlight in the right ways and stuff. I don't know. I think it's a fantastic game. I think there's a lot of fun stuff going on.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely highly recommend. It's free to play on their website.
Right.
We will include that in the link down below on the video on demand, and of course for the podcast if you're listening on the podcast for some reason. So there's a horrible smell coming.
Yeah,
from
I
behind
mean
me.
there's a whole pre-order available that you can do on their website right now. It's over on BackerKit. It's $80 for everything. Comes with like a bunch of gorgeous like holographic card. Yeah, they're 144 tarot card sized hollow foil cards, another 104 poker sized cards, 24 characters, 48 motivations, 61 locations, 100 plus scenes, not so easy, and fate cards. Like there's so much to this. And I think there's a lot more in the actual game than what we just played, because there's a whole book about
right.
There's a manual book, there's a mutation book, there's a twists book, which we didn't have anything that's like that necessarily. So I think that they added a lot since the online version came out, and this looks amazing. So if you're interested, we'll be including the link in the description. We thoroughly loved playing through this. Thank you guys for checking out this episode, and we'll be doing some more stuff like this in the near future.
What a stunning and unexpected ending to our trip into the zone. If you enjoyed it and are interested in playing with your friends, please check out the link to it in the description below. But don't just stop there. Head on over to oneshotstavern.com and follow us on all of our socials. There you can also check out our Patreon as well as our merch store. Thank you so much for joining us this week, and we can't wait to see you next week. Take care, everyone.